I love how they move around right now like they're drunk constantly.
Yeah.
Like he flops over like the wind.
So yeah, like I've seen him come. Like you saw a little bit, but sometimes I'll go for a ball and it'll be like a complete somersault.
Yeah. I really like the fact right now that this is what he does with smaller dogs.
Yeah.
That he self-handicaps himself by like laying on his back. I have another puppy that's a week older than he is.
Right.
That is a French bulldog that he's been playing around with, and he just lets that French bulldog just like bounce all over him.
Those are cute little dogs.
Oh yeah, the face is just all squishy.
It's interesting. I just find it so. It's interesting how Shiloh. So with Neo, he's very what I would call, I think, somewhat he's aggressive. I mean, he's attacking him at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Yet when he runs over there and their dog, it's so funny what he does. So the dog when he's in the yard, he'll hear the dog, he'll run over, he'll get to the middle of the yard and he just rolls on his back and waits for the dog to come outside to inspect him.
And it's like,
but I mean, then this is totally. I thought he was going to be a little more. Well, maybe he's still over it.
I mean, yeah, they form different play styles along with every single different dog. You guys are way too cute. But it's, I wouldn't say so much as aggressive. The play style is just, it may be different. Yeah. Well, it may look aggressive, but
well, I see.
I mean, I need to see.
I mean, aggressive play.
Yeah.
Not like aggression.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, he treats Neil like a chew toy. Like he gets, you'll see huge chunks of fur throughout the house because he just.
I saw him like nipping on his butt.
But I mean, I've had it where but he'll get a hold of it in the yard, and Neil will drag him across the yard. He won't let go. So it's like.
Yeah, he did that once with the same Bernese Mountain Dog. He just kind of grabbed the tail, and the Bernese Mountain Dog just started walking. He started like flipping and flopping around.
It's really interesting how Neil plays with our neighbor's dog. He wants to run, but the other dog just doesn't. So they end up wrestling the whole time. Right, it's amazing. They must either the coat protects from being injured, but I mean they will chew in each other's faces.
Yeah, kind of like what they're doing right now. But they do figure out what is too hard by the yelping and things along those lines. So they really form a good bite inhibition from each other, and that's where they form a dog bite inhibition that's going to be completely different than a human bite inhibition. So this is where we want to be careful when they're biting us, that any type of pressure is too much pressure, because they may, we may be able to withstand a certain type of pressure where it doesn't really hurt us that much, but that type of pressure would hurt a child or an elderly person with thinner skin. Right. So we want to teach them that,
or a different part of your body.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to. Yeah.
You're a little biter.
Hey, buddy.
How much does he weigh right now?
Probably a little bit over 20 pounds. He should be getting somewhere between, I don't know, I want to say maybe 70 to 80, but he was the biggest one of the litter. So I'm not sure yet.
Have you bathed him?
Almost every day.
Every day.
Because
does he not mind it?
I've been making sure that I'm doing the right things when I'm bathing him and feeding him constantly as like, yeah, just because of all the accidents and such.
I've tried it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they get to the point where they won't even take a treat. You know, when Neil, like Shiloh doesn't mind it. I did it better with him when I first brought him home. I tried to make them both positive experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Neil's turned out not to be such.
And you may have to just take some steps back and just, even before the water comes on, go into the bathtub with him, and just like what I did recently, because it was one of those instances where like I need to go to the bathroom, but I need you to be next to me, and you're going to be in the crate whining, and I know you need to go out soon, so I put him in the bathtub. And as he was in the bathtub and as I was doing my own thing, I was tossing treats into the bathtub. So he was just in the bathtub with no water, and he was not going to get washed, but he was just in the bathtub with treats being fallen. So he has a positive experience of just the bathtub itself. So you may have to do something like that with Neo. Right. Oh, he's pretty fast. Yeah, he's fast. Yeah, my puppy still doesn't know how his legs work. I think Shiloh wants him to chase. Go get him. Go get him.
Shy.
And as you can see, like, I know he loves that disc, but like you can see, like, what does he find most reinforcing right now? And it's trying to get him to chase. A little stocky herdiness.
Yeah, you know, it's fun. He does that. I love it too. You know, when Neo will go to get something, I associate that so with border collies.
Yeah. And if it's all right with you, I'll put this on YouTube and I'll send you a link and you can show
that'd be great.
Jill.
She should be back in It is hard getting past. It's like part of me is like, oh, it'd be nice if we could stay this size for a while.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that you could just? I find sometimes I go to work and by the time I get home, he looks different.
Oh yeah, like I've been just like constantly with him. He's like always near me, so I've seen it so gradually that even like my mom and even my neighbor who sees him pretty much almost every day, but like in short glimpses, they were like, he's grown, and I'm like, I haven't really noticed it. I noticed that he's getting a little bit less drunk with his movements, but. Tire yourself out for the car ride.
So then you have your class.
Mm-hmm. Like last week, I don't know if they have construction going on or if it was an event, but on a Saturday, it took me an hour and a half where it should have taken me 45 minutes. So the entire ride, I'm like, keep sleeping, please keep sleeping so you don't have an accident. Well, unfortunately, he had an accident, in the car just now. Yeah. Not just now, but
at some point.
Yeah, because I got here a little early. I walked him to the end of the street and then back. Right. And before even getting into the car, he relieved himself like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. But it's just one of those things.
Yeah, the whole thing about, and it's true, I know that they won't go where they're asleep and all that. But I mean,
you gotta go when you gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, it was a physiological thing where I think it's just. There was no control. Yeah. Because it's so funny to me, I just seemed like my other dogs were elderly for such a long time, but they go,
Yeah.
You know, they ghost. You know, every time you take them out, they're ready to go at all times.
Yeah.
So now with Neo, sometimes I'm like, I'll be outside here for a half hour before I go to bed. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I forget that they really,
Yeah.
you know, they hold it a long time when they're young.
Yeah.
You know, dog.
I mean, like, yeah, my 2 corgis now,
How old are they?
they're both 5. I mean, they can hold it up close to like 12
Yeah,
hours.
easily.
Like I've come back. Yes, there've been accidents, and
Sure.
I just say bad human,
Right.
and you know, try to do it better that time.
Right.
Or I'm like, okay, are you guys sick?
Right.
You know, because this isn't usual.
Plus, I found, you know, I think they also learn, you know, when I used to live in the city and have a dog, I mean, I don't think they need a lot of water, so they would, you know, well, you see when you get home, probably the corgis go and get a drink of water when you get home.
Oh yeah, the water is like just out for them, so I don't really see them get it that often unless it's.
But I always found that right when I got home, they seemed to always want to go get water.
Oh.
Like it was almost like in their mind they said, "Okay, I'm not going to be out for a while, so I
might as well
drink too much."
Yeah, and with him, nope. Like 11 o'clock at night, I'm gonna drink as much as I can. I'm like, no. It's like now I really have been making sure, like, all right, it's 7, 8 o'clock.
Right.
Take the water away.
And are you getting up in the middle of the night?
Yeah. Tonight was the first successful night where I got up at like 3, somewhere between 3 and 4, let him out, and this morning there was not an accident.
Right.
But I had another night where I got up at 2, at like 4, and I took him out each time. He didn't go either time, but it was so dark that I couldn't see if he had an accident already or not.
Right.
And in the morning when I could see, I saw that there was.
Yeah, that's the hard. I mean, so he's kind of at the point where I think he can make it till about 5:30 or 6. But if I get up in the middle of the night to use the washroom at 2,
Yeah, you might as
like
well.
I better take him out.
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, oh, I'm so tired.
And I would say too, like last night when I did take him out, he relieved himself, and I wanted to go right back to bed. But it's just like one of those things, like, all right, let's just walk around this tree like 2 or 3 times, and then let's go inside, because I don't want you to make the association just because you relieved yourself in the middle of the night that the fun of being outside is over. Because next time you are going to take a lot longer because you're going to be holding it. Yeah, made a buddy. My biggest goal is for him to just like play with all sorts of size dogs, just so that he really knows and does that to a small dog. When a small dog comes like barreling at him, he just like flops over.
Well, it's good because he's a smaller and a younger dog.
Yeah. Got an itch.
He likes it more.